seconds. It's funny how Maya was there from the start of this YouTube channel, and now we're here, Baruch Hashem. Anyways, each one has its own limits. Our sages, this is in Masechet Chagiga, our sages teach that it is forbidden to gaze as what is above and below, what is before and what is after. We'll see what that means in a second. Each and every person has his unique above and below, where he may not gaze depending on his level. All right, so it's like a little intro into what we're going to go into. This is very exciting. Some people's intellect stops at the stars and the limits of the physical world, and they are therefore forbidden to delve any further. Just let that sink in for a second. I feel like we should just finish the piece and then we could discuss. The mind of those engaged in philosophy and science reaches only as far as the stars. Even concerning what is under the stars, they are often wrong and have major disagreements among themselves about everything. So Rabbi Nachman is talking about us, how we as Jews need to stop under the stars. That's where our intellect stops for some people. Some people are zocha to go above the stars because, right, we have a above and a below. But then Rabbi Nachman brings up the scientists. He brings up the philosophers. What's up, Daniel? Who they don't believe. Oh, sorry, I think that the Wi-Fi is off. They might not believe there is an above, right? That it stops in this physical world. And they don't have the mental capacity, they don't have the intellect to go any further. Right? But at least we're aware. So what is this all about? Chaver, let's open up our hearts. I don't know if that made sense, but hopefully this will make sense now. Each person has a point where his intellect ends. He's not allowed to go beyond this, because for him, anything beyond this, what is above and below, here he must depend on faith alone. It's the biggest sentence in all of Shas. I'm going to try to make it into sense for all of us right now. We all see Donnie Sauce at the bottom of the screen. Donnie and I, fresh off a Shabbaton in Sfat, our Shana Aleph year in DVA, L'chaim, we went to the Ari Mikvah and we were on fire. Like, who's the Ari? It's so cool. Kabbalah, the whole thing. We go to Mei Sharim the next week and we see Manny's, the Arizal teachings, the Arizal writings. It was a beautiful sefer. It was beautiful. Leather even. The cover was leather. Doesn't make sense. I even remember the price. I think it was 90 shek. And I opened it a couple of times. The English was just like far beyond my intellect. I opened it up a couple of months ago with Nitai Harari. Oh my gosh. And we're going through the teachings. Some of them were like, it was out of this world. But then we opened up to this teaching and we're like, oh my gosh. Like, what the heck is happening here? Right? It's like, it was like the scariest moment of my life. But I think that's what Rabbi Nachman, at least the way I interpret it, that's where a person needs to stop. Each person is different. Some people may be zocha to open up a Arizal teachings. I hope all of you can. Right? But for me, I had to depend on faith. I just saw the scariest teaching in the world. But I had to believe that's there for a reason. I had to believe that's the most beautiful teaching in the world. Right? And I just don't have the intellect to grasp it or to even open it up. So a person can go two ways. Right? Someone could delve in and think about it 24/7, ask questions about that scary teaching do some research about it, and that can affect that person. But we all know the teaching of Rabbi Nachman, believe in something. Rabbi Nachman would rather someone who's a fool that believes in everything, or someone who's, I'm sorry about my voice, or someone who's sophisticated and believes in nothing. Right? So there comes a point where we just need to believe that there's something above the stars. I'm still not understanding what the below is, but if you guys can help me out, Bezrat Hashem. Thank you so much, Trevor. And by the way, the voice is all from the screaming. Screaming, just constantly screaming. Questions, comments, please feel free. Donnie, do you remember that story? Just give a thumbs up on the reaction. Well,
Reb, of course I remember. I just, I've never opened it, but I've just been scared. But I have it. It's there.
Samson has something brewing.
I have to have Rachmanus on all the souls of Israel. One needs to be merciful when dealing with those around them. Now, the term mercy usually is applicable to someone who is below you, right? You have mercy on someone, as in to say you are in a higher position than they are. That'd be the term mercy, right? But that mercy is not only lav davka that it has to be that. It's not 100% that you're above someone who you have mercy on. Why do I say that? So first of all, the below, the way I see it, is those that are below you. That you think you've gotten to a certain place where you think your intellect is, or you think your heart is, or you think your emotions are. And then you see someone who is not there yet, who just doesn't see what you see, doesn't agree with the things you would think about, believes in other things, of course believes, as Rabbi Nachman says, but believes in other things, maybe something a little different than you. And it's also important to know in your mind that you need to have Rahman on that person, on yourself, to have Rahman on him. In addition, in regards to that which is above, Jack, I have to disagree with you, not with Rabbi Nachman, because I don't think Rabbi Nachman is saying what you're saying. The writings of that which is of above that are above you, of course you have to believe at the state you are at. But to say that the progression to achieve a level of understanding that which is above you is something every Jew must yearn for. We're not the human beings. Jews are referred to in Jewish texts as mahalachim, people who are travelers, right? The malachim, the angels are omdim, they're standing, they're static, while human beings are dynamic. They're constantly moving around. Their emotions shift. Their thoughts differ. While malachim are given single tafkidim, single missions, and said to take them out. We are people not bound by certain philosophies. If I want to go study Kabbalah all day long, I can do that. At the same time, I can go do Rambam, which anyone who knows that there are deep secrets hidden in Rambam. Obviously, he wasn't a Kabbalist, but there are deep secrets hidden in there. I have to say right now, just because a person, I can open the Arizal right now and I won't understand the word also. But to not attempt to lifached, we know that Rabbi Nachman says, lo lifached klal, there's nothing to be afraid of in this whole world. I look at a book that has the most sacred writings in it and I'm afraid. God forbid. I look at the holiest book in the whole world and I say, Hashem, give me the eyes to see what He sees. Give me the ears to hear what He hears. Give me the mouth to say the words that He says. We should be zocheh. We should daven for that. And if we should have rachmanut on ourselves when we don't understand, and that's when the belief comes in. When we don't understand, and we say, wow, I just read this whole piece, I'm just so lost. I have no idea what he's talking about. Wow, I believe so much. I believe so much that one day I'm gonna know what he's talking about. Well, I believe so much in myself that right now it's okay that I don't know. But one day I will. And I will keep trying. And tomorrow we'll try again. And you know what? Even 1 second later, we'll try again. Because we know we can renew ourselves every second, as Rabinach says. So I don't understand this second. Okay, I have 1 more second. Next second, I'll try and understand. That's all I have to say.
You stir my heart every single time you speak. You're stirring it. There's flames. Mama, you're just throwing wood into the fire. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Add,
yeah.
Add, there's an aphorism in what culture is it? Maybe it's some Eastern culture. I'm not sure which one, but they say that one should have with them chopped wood and water. If anyone's familiar with the aphorism, it's good to carry with oneself chopped wood and water. So although it is from not a Jewish source, but the Vikaron is still very important to learn from. That one, this doesn't have to do with what we talked about tonight. Rather, it has to do with what you just said, that you always light me on fire. That one always has to have the ability to carry some sort of something that's starting a fire with them, the chopped wood. In addition to that, someone always has to have with them something that can sustain someone, like water, give someone vitality. Try to take that which is not Jewish and make, spin it a little.
Even more wood. Baruch Hashem. Anyone else have anything to add? Daniel, Donnie, Maya, please feel free to unmute yourselves and say a couple words. If not, it's okay to conclude. Or it's okay to begin. Gewalt. Any last takes? 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Again, another just fire night. It really just gives me life. I look forward to this every single second of the day. I'm not even joking. Just seeing the different faces each and every night is beautiful. Thank God for Zoom. Thank God for technology, right? I feel like we would be sick of Zoom. Donnie, you have anything to say?
Yeah, just not like a whole thing, but I just wanted to add. I think you mentioned the Gemara and Chagigi. I think I looked it up. I think it's Daf Yud Beis on Aleph that the Gemara discusses what the pasuk means, where Adam was like from one end of the earth to the other. So I think Rabbi Lazar says that it means that he was able to stand on earth and like he reached all the way up to the heavens. Like that's how tall Adam was. He was from like one end all the way to the top. But Rabbi Yehuda says that it's not that he was from bottom to top, but he was from side to side. He covered the whole entire earth. That's how big he was. And then Hashem minimized his size. So the Gemara says, well, we have a contradiction because Rabbi Lazar says that he was from bottom to top. Well, Rabbi Yehuda says that he was from one end to the other. He covered the whole span. So what's the deal? So the Gemara answers very simply and very cleverly that it doesn't make a difference because it was the same exact measurement, whether it was because each direction was the same. So I feel like for us, I don't know the exact message. Maybe, someone has something to say or like could prove me wrong. But I think that it could be saying that, we go a lot of different directions sometimes, a lot of unexpected things, places we certainly didn't plan for. But at the end of the day, like the Gemara's beautiful answer that it doesn't matter. because each measure is it's the same. It's all the same. Everything, you're ending up in the same place. Even if we don't see it, and even if it's like we're going in the direction, we're going up when we thought we were going left. But the Gemara's beautiful answer is that you're exactly where you need to be, and it's the same exact measure no matter which direction you go.
Beautiful. It's amazing how we have a Beit Midrash on the Zoom as well. It's amazing. Thank you, Donala. Thank you, Donala, for being Mariana Rivera. Bizrat Hashem. Anyone else anything to say before we conclude? We're good? Kol Tov. Guys, I wish you nothing but health, happiness, and success. Whether you're looking forward to summer break, IDC like Maya is, Moshe Schiff getting ready to apply the calculus, the Kabbalah to the test tomorrow. Bezrat Hashem, everything should go well. We have to pray for Maishala.
Daven for all the students. Daven for
all the students in Ariel. Whether you're on Shlichut like Daniel.
Everywhere, all the students everywhere.
What do you say? We're Shlichut everywhere?
He said all the students everywhere.
All the students everywhere. Whether you're in Florida, getting ready to ascend. Bezrat Hashem, guys. We should continue tomorrow. Be well.